Okay, about the
أعوذ
controller.
بالله
If
من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Assalamu alaikum to all my participants and my Pakistan and my Iran brothers of Iran. Thank you very much. So I will introduce you first by respectable teacher Dr. Muhammad Shafiq, and he's the senior most professor in Pakistan, and he is from Lahore. And that's all, Mr. Mahdi Tajani. Basically, Mahdi Tajani is the electronic engineer, and he is running a poultry company, and they have their own controllers and systems, and this is Mahdi 2, and the big boss name is Mahdi 1, and he is not available at this time, and so I catch the Mr. Mahdi Tajani. So welcome Mr. Mahdi Tajani, welcome to Pakistan, and thank you very much to give us a time. You please introduce yourself, your company, your products. Please, thank you very much.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It's my pleasure to join you, Mr. Imran QAYYUM.
Thank you, sir.
And I welcome your Irani friend.
Mahdi.
It should be a good experience. Listen something from a man from Iran, which is nearly a very weather there is cold as compared to Pakistan. That's not temperature. Let's hope.
Yes, sir. आपकी आवाज. We are listening, sir. Please. And sir, just introduce yourself, sir. Your complete name and your background. Now you are working in the Lahore at the Veterinary University. And if please just 2 minutes, you will introduce yourself, sir, to our audience because everyone is watching this.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Imran QAYYUM and Dr. Muhammad Shafi, I think.
Shafi, yes.
I am Mahdi Tajiani. Yes, Dr. Muhammad Shafi. I'm Mahdi Tajiani from Iran, from the Payasha.
Just a minute. I think there is a problem. You please unmute your mic.
It's okay.
Just a minute. Just a minute. Wait a moment, sir. Yes, please.
Yes. I said we have worked in the poultry industry since 2011, and we are manufacturer of some controllers in broiler, breeder, and layer poultry houses, and we have, I think, we have equipped about near 2,000 poultry houses in Iran and in neighbor countries like Iraq, Azerbaijan, Turkmenistan, and even Afghanistan. And I am so glad I am here with you and your participants. And if any question I can, if I can explain any question or anything else, it's my pleasure to be here.
Thank you to join us, Mr. Mahdi Tajani, and I will speak something regarding Mr. Mahdi Biglare. He is your boss, Mr. Mahdi Biglare. He is also a poultry consultant from 19 years, and he will join us maybe next month. He will join us. And just a minute, sir. And now at this moment, we will ask them to send us your engineer and he will demonstrate their controller. They made it a controller for the climate control poultry houses, from breeders, for layers, and for the broilers. And more than 11 years, Mr. Ahmed Tajani is working in this field, and he's master in electronics, and he did in MS in electronics. So it's my pleasure to see you, Mr. Ahmed Tajani, and I will tell you something regarding our company. Our HICO is basically is a consultant company. We're giving consultancy in Pakistan and outside the country. Also, we had just finished a project in Kabul also. Yes, 10 broiler houses.
Yeah.
Near Bagram Airport. Near Bagram Airport. I think you also visited in Kabul, in Pakistan maybe, but we did a lot of project in Pakistan, and especially the SBX project. It's a 2.2 million layer project, and lot of broilers, breeders, a million broilers and million breeders project in my 20 years life in poultry. Also we are promoting the education in Pakistan. We have a lot of channels where we offer our services, on paid services, and also free of cost services. There are a lot of WhatsApp channels, Doctor of Ventilation channels, groups are working in WhatsApp groups, in Facebook groups, and a lot of other multimedia. And besides this, our HICO education, the HICO-Poultry Houses Consultant School of Poultry Education is also working, and we are launching our new course. Before we did a lot of basic courses in the ventilation, because we are the masters, we are the doctor of ventilation. That's why our focus is on the ventilation. And you know that ventilation is the bio ventilation. We call it the bio ventilation is the life of your chicken, your house, and also it can generate your profit, your FCR, your production, and also it's the well-being of the bird, and not well-being of the bird, also is the well-being of your staff also. So it's working for the poultry and for the community. So he must also take the advantage if your ventilation is right ventilation at the right time. So I tell you about our company, and now Mr. Ahmed Tajani, please tell us, first you tell us your characteristic of your climate controller. First you will show us your controller, and then you will tell us the working phenomena of your controller. What is the parameters that you have in controller? Is it PID control, or it is without PID control, or it is working with the negative pressure base or without negative pressure base, or it is working with the automatic inlet vent machines, and also is your controller have the option of the ammonia sensors, the carbon dioxide sensors, and a lot of features that you tell us the features of your controllers first. You will show us your controller, and then you will tell us, first you tell us the controllers, and after that you will go near to the controllers, and then you will tell us the main other features. So please start.
Okay. My camera cannot zoom on the controller now, and it's a bit far from you to see it nice, but this is the controller, okay? It's the main part, and it has a 9-inch LCD here. If you can, I don't know, can you hear it okay or not? But
yes, we are watching.
It has a 9-inch. Okay. It has a 9-inch LCD here, and I should say, as a brief description, it it can connect to a lot of range of sensors. sorry, for example, ammonia, carbon dioxide, and temperature sensors, humidity, and there is no limitation in connection with the sensors. Okay. Sorry. We have a, if you can see it, we have a actuator here for each house, okay, for each poultry house, and the actuator has. Can you see it?
Yes, yes.
Yes. We have a actuator for every poultry house here. It has about 20 relay output, digital outputs.
How
With
many
relays
relays?
and
How many? How many
fuses.
relays output you have? How many relays?
20 relays. Okay.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Mostly in Pakistan,
Yeah.
the Chinese
One,
controllers
two,
have
three.
only 12,
Okay.
12 relays.
No, we have 20 relays here, and it is it can be I should say increased. Okay, we can have some extra boards, and for example, 8 relay output can be added to this system, and there is no limitation for the number of inputs and outputs. Okay, this system has about 20. It has exactly 20 relays output, and it has 6 analog outputs here for controlling, for example, inverters or dimmers or electronic winches, electronic inlet motors. And it has 16 analog input, for example, MTC temperatures, PTC temperatures, temperature sensors, and 0 to 5 sensors, 0 to 10 volt sensor, 4 to 20 milliampere sensors. Can be added to this system. 16 analog input systems, and the main controller, main part of the controller, we call it, for example, the main computer. Here you can see it. It can control about 4 poultry houses simultaneously. Okay, and in control method, if it is completely flexible. It's completely flexible for controlling, for example, inlets, shutters, any kind of sensors. There is no limitation in control method. And we can, if you can, you could see larger picture from the main screen of the system. You could see that we can show the house here, the poultry house here, with the position of the sensors, the position of the heaters, the ventilators, fans in the at the end of the houses, the side fans here, inlet controller, shutters, pad, cooling pad pumping, and anything else which any other equipment which exists in the house. And even we have here, for example, target temperature, number of birds in the house, number of, for example, died birds we can enter here, the age of the birds, and some the total ventilation, and even the effective temperature. We can calculate the effective temperature here with the wind chill effect and any other factors which is needed. And we can go to the, for example, setting pages. It's a multi-language system in Persian, English. For example, we have done it in Azerbaijan, in Arabic system, Azerbaijani, and even in Pakistani, because the alphabet is the same with the Persian. Okay, and it can be translated to the Pakistan language. And,
oh, that's great. That's very great.
It
You will
has,
translate it. Okay, that's great.
yes. If you can let me.
Yes,
The
yes, yes,
language
yes,
now
yes.
is Persian. I don't. You can. Okay. Do you see it? And it can be, for example, translated to Pakistan and Pakistani language, and there is no
Okay, okay,
limitation.
please,
It has
please
a.
go,
Okay.
please please repeat it. You go near the controller and with the camera
Okay.
and tell us where is the control, where is the temperature sensor shown in your controllers, and where is the humidity sensor, and where is the other sensor, the fans, the humidity, and every aspect that he's showing.
Okay. It's for example, it's a house we are showing. There is. We can change it, okay? Farm by farm, house by house. We can change this diagram, and for example, sample house here we have some heaters here, and the green color shows that it's on, and the red shows that it is the white shows that it is off. We have temperatures here, if you can see them.
Oh, how many temperature
22.6,
sensors? How many temperature sensors?
Okay.
How many temperature sensors?
We have 6 temperature sensors here, but it can be added about 16 temperature sensors. Okay, this is the input of the temperature sensors. 8 temperature sensor here and 8 temperature sensor here. We can add up to 16 temperature sensor to this system for each house.
You have a 20 analog inputs?
No, 16 analog input, 16 temperature sensors input.
Okay, okay. And what about the inlet vent? What about the inlet vent? Do your controller shows the percentage of the inlet, that inlet is open 50%, 20%, 10%?
Yes, it shows it. We have here, okay? This is inlet in Persian, and do you see it? Inlet and shutter, the pad shutters, okay? Pad opening shutters, cooling pads, I mean. And it is the inlet controller. We have 6 analog outputs. 6 analog outputs that can control this. Yeah, 6 analog outputs. For example, inverter, electronic winches, dimmers, everything which needs the analog control. And we have 6 analog output in the same board. And this board, we call it actuator, as I said before, has 20 relay output, 16 input for temperature sensors, and 6 output for analog outputs. For example, electronic winches, inlet winches, and inverters, and dimmer, everything which needs analog input for control, analog output for control.
Do you have the potentiometer for the inlet?
Yes, we have an inlet. I don't have it right now here. We have a electronic motor, electrical motor, DC motor with electronic board controller, okay, and the feedback system, and I should say optoelectronic feedback system. We call it.
It's UPS system, UPS.
No, not UPS. It is
battery operated
encoder, a rotary encoder, okay? It has a rotary encoder on the shaft of the motor and an electronic board with a DC motor, with a 24-volt DC motor, which is used for controlling the inlets, for opening and closing the inlets. And it can, yes, its maximum load is about 100 kilograms centimeters. It's torque.
Oh,
okay?
that's
its
good.
maximum
That's
torque
good.
is about.
It means only one inlet motor is enough for the one house.
Yes. Only one inlet motor can load about, I should say, 70 inlet windows, okay? 70 inlet windows, 70 to 80 inlet windows. It can
Right.
open them, but just by one motor.
Right.
It has a 24 volt. Yes, it has a 24-volt motor. It doesn't need any equipment in the electrical cabinet. For example, contactors, bimetals, anything else in the electrical box, in the electrical cabinet. Just a single phase electricity cable, electrical cable, and everything is in it. No need, for example, to contactors, to the bimetals, any other electrical equipment, and just a single phase 220 volt electrical cable is enough for working with it.
Okay, that's very great. And how many humidity sensors can be connected with your controller? 3 or
Really,
6?
there is no limitation. There is no
Right.
limitation. Okay, we have
Very good.
I should say RS485 bus. Okay, we
Oh,
have a
that's
network
great.
bus in the system. Okay, and we can have any other for up to 64 equipment on the this network bus. Okay, for example, this system, these equipments can be humidity sensors, can be CO2 sensors, can be ammonia sensors, can be any other output equipments, for example, analog output board modules or digital output modules. There is no limitation.
Okay, I
because we
keep your
have
point. I
64.
understand. I understand
Okay.
your point. Yeah.
Okay.
And let me know that your controller have a power backup.
Data backup, you mean, or battery backup?
Yes. You will, when you will install in the farm, do you provide with the power backup for your controller?
Okay, power. Yes, it has a. There is a battery in the system. Okay, for
Yes.
the power backup. Okay.
Right.
And
Right.
after it, I forgot to speak about SMS and internet modules. Okay, this system has an SMS short messaging system and internet module on it, and you can have the data of your house in the internet in real-time situations, and you can see your farm online, your temperatures, any other sensors, and ventilation system, which fan is on, which heater is working or not working, anything else. And it has installed battery on it, and when the power is off, it sends an SMS to you, to your phone. About 50 phone numbers can be defined in the system, and it will send the SMS for high temperature, low temperature, any other fault or error you define in the system. And even for the power loss, if the main power loss, we have a main power loss in the system, it will send an SMS, and you can see all of them in the internet, in your website. And I can show you some sites now, I think, some
Yes,
websites.
please. Yes, please.
Okay. Is it possible to show the main screen of the window by the zoom?
Yes, I already allow. Yes, I already allow.
Yeah.
You please try, because here I already allow multiple participants can share. You please.
Let me check. It's the first time I am using the Zoom meeting program, and
Share screen.
Share. Where is the share?
This is near the chat. Near the chat box.
Near the reaction. No, record, close. Share screen, okay. And I found it. Thank you. Yes. It's a part of website, okay? For example, we have it's a Seymour farm in Kerman, Kerman province in Iran. It's in the center of the Iran. And we have data of this farm here, okay? For example, temperature, diagrams of the farm. It's real time. It's now, for example, in it's 10 past 6 in Iran. Now it's the last data, it's about 22.1, the temperatures. And for example, if we want to see last 6 hour data, this is the last 6 hour data of the farm. Okay, we can zoom on it and change it every data. It's out temperature. Let me show you the last 12 hour. It's last 12 hour data. It's the outside temperature. You can see the outside temperature was, for example, about 11.3 in the 7 a.m. today, 7 a.m. And it has increased, and the inside temperature of the house, you can see the inside temperature of the house. It is a 7-story cage layer farm, okay, layer house. It has 7-story. 7-floor cage, okay, 7-floor cage. And we have temperature, for example, in the bottom cages and in the top cages. You can see that the temperature in the top cages is more than the bottom cages temperature sensors here. It's in Persian now, but it can be translated in any language you want. It's the outside temperature, 11.8. Is it yes.
Yes, yes.
That's it. Can you see it? It's obvious for you? It's
yes, yes, very
okay?
clear, very clear, very clear.
Okay, okay. It's 11.8, the outside temperature, for example, in 7.2 a.m., 2 minutes after 7 a.m., past 7 a.m. And it's the inside temperature. We have 6 sensors here. If I can zoom on it, I can zoom on it and you can see more data. Yeah. Okay. The inside temperature. We have 6 temperature. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 5, 6. Yes. We have 6 inside temperature in the first floor, in the first story of the cages. And it's, for example, about 22, 22.4. And these temperature are for the high level of the farm, high altitude of the house. As I said, it has 7 floor of cages, 7-story cages, okay? And it's about, for example, 25.8. And we can, let me,
That's very great. That's very great, Mr. Tajani. And maybe his connection is lost, but no problem. He will rejoin us. And really, it's a very good controller, because when they told me on phone, on telephone, on my mobile, that we have a very best controller, that's why I think that if you come and demonstrate, and to me and my students and my colleagues and it's my good luck, my goodness that Dr. Muhammad Shafiq, the senior doctor, is also here. Dr. Muhammad Ali, Dr. Junaid Hassan, and my CR, Sabah Hayat. Thank you very much for joining. And maybe I think you get a lot of knowledge and information regarding these new controllers. And after maybe next week or next week, Mr. Tajani and his boss will again come with his full presentation. So, Dr. Shafiq sir, now we are going to the end of this. Please, you tell us something.
नमाज मगरब का टाइम था, मुझे बीच में से नमाज के लिए जाना पड़ा, तो नेक्स्ट टाइम प्लीज एडजस्ट ऐसे करें कि नमाज का टाइम ना आए बीच में. It was really wonderful, but I missed those about 12 minutes क्योंकि मैं नमाज के लिए चला गया.
जी सर, थैंक यू वेरी मच सर, सो ग्रेट. हम भी इसको क्लोज अप करते हैं सर, और आपका बड़ा शुक्रिया सर, आप आए. और मैं ख्वाहिश करूंगा कि आप हमारे प्लेटफॉर्म से, आपने वादा किया हुआ है.
You are really doing good work.
Thank you sir, thank you very much.
So thank you very much, Mr. Mahdi Tajiani. Very nice to hear you. It's really wonderful experience. I had been in Afghanistan as poultry advisor, but I couldn't see any control house there. Especially I worked in Mazar Sharif. So next time if I go there, I will definitely see. Thank you very much.
Sir, so great, sir.
It's my pleasure to join you. Allah Hamyu Nasir and Assalamu Alaikum.
So great, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Allah Hafiz. Allah Hafiz.